All right, let's dive right in today. We're talking skills-based hiring.
Ooh, interesting.
And we've got this article,
Yes.
Skills-Based Hiring, A New Era of Recruitment.
Okay.
It's by Nathan Davis from the Sales Experts.
Yeah.
So this whole idea of companies moving away from, just looking at degrees and actually wanting to see what you can do, it's a pretty big deal. And we're going to kind of break down what it all means.
For sure. I think it's really fascinating to see that companies are kind of waking up to the fact that a piece of paper doesn't always equal real-world ability.
Exactly. It's like, okay, you took the classes, but what can you actually do?
Yeah, exactly.
And, what big things the article talks about is this whole skills gap thing where employers are saying, look, we can't find people who have the practical skills, even if they have the degrees.
It's so true. And I think a lot of that comes down to the fact that traditional education just can't keep pace with how quickly industries are changing, especially in the tech world.
Yeah.
You graduate and what you've learned might already be
for sure.
outdated.
Yeah, it's like the education system needs to hit the refresh button.
Yeah.
And while it's doing that, we've got, the huge rise of all these online learning platforms like Coursera and Udemy and, oh gosh, you name it.
All of them.
It's crazy how much you can learn online these days.
Yeah, it's been a game changer for sure.
Totally.
Like now people can learn exactly what they need to know when they need to know it.
Exactly.
Without being tied to like a traditional degree program.
Yeah.
It's really empowering.
It is. And, one of the things that was interesting in the article, they talked about software development as an example.
Yeah.
And how, building an actual app might actually be more valuable to an employer now than just having a theoretical computer science degree, which makes you kind of think about what skills are becoming, the new gold standard, right?
Absolutely. And it's not just limited to tech,
Right.
This whole, the way we work is changing.
It is.
It's becoming less about what credentials you have and more about what you can actually deliver.
So results.
Exactly.
Yeah, and the article talks about, skills-based hiring being this win-win for employers, 80 employees.
For sure.
I can see how it's good for job seekers, but why are employers so into this?
Well, think about it. Imagine being able to tap into a much broader talent pool.
Oh, okay.
Suddenly, you're not just limited to,
Right.
graduates from specific universities or whatever.
Yeah.
You can find skilled people from all walks of life.
So more diversity.
Exactly. More diversity, more talent.
I like where this is going, but how do you actually figure out if somebody has the skills? With degrees, it's yep, got the degree.
Yeah, check the box.
Done.
Yeah.
But with skills, it's kind of well, how do you really know?
Yeah, that's one of the big challenges the article talks about.
Okay.
It's a lot tougher to assess skills accurately than to just scan a resume for a degree.
Right.
You need to have robust ways to evaluate what people can actually do.
So is it everybody has to take a test or something?
Well, there are a lot of different approaches.
Okay.
Some companies use specialized skills tests.
Okay.
That could be anything from
a
coding challenge for a programmer to simulations for managers.
Interesting.
But the idea is to create a scenario where candidates can actually demonstrate their skills.
Oh, so it's like a test drive for the job.
Exactly.
You get to see how they actually perform under pressure.
Right, how they approach real-world challenges.
I like that. That's a lot more revealing than just, a bullet point on a resume.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's beneficial for both sides.
Yeah.
Employers get a clearer picture of the candidate's abilities.
Wow.
And candidates get a chance to showcase their skills
in
a way that a resume just can't capture.
I can see that.
Yeah.
And the article also mentioned portfolio reviews.
Yeah.
Which I guess makes sense for, creative fields.
Absolutely. For fields like design, writing, photography, even marketing.
Okay.
Your portfolio is essentially your resume, but with visuals.
Oh, I like that. So it's showing up and being here are my best plays.
Exactly.
That's a good way to put it.
And for employers, it's a great way to see tangible evidence of a candidate's abilities.
Yeah, instead of just reading about it.
Yeah, you can actually see the websites they've designed, the logos they've created.
Makes sense.
You take the guesswork out of evaluating someone's skills.
You get to see it firsthand.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You see the results.
But what about skills that are harder to, showcase in a portfolio?
Yeah.
Like communication or teamwork?
Well, that's where references and recommendations come in.
Okay.
While a portfolio might show technical skills,
Right.
a strong reference can speak volumes about a candidate's soft skills, their work ethic.
So it's like getting a little behind-the-scenes look
Exactly.
at how they work.
You get insights into their reliability, problem-solving skills, their ability to collaborate.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So this whole shift towards skills-based hiring,
Yeah.
it's definitely shaking things up.
For sure.
But it makes me wonder, what does this mean for someone who's just starting out?
That's a great question.
Ian.
It's almost like a catch-22.
Yeah.
You need experience to get a job.
Right.
But you need a job to get experience.
So where do you even begin?
Yeah.
Especially when you don't have a ton of traditional work experience to point to.
Well, the good news is there are more ways than ever to showcase your skills and build credibility, even without that long list of job titles on your resume.
I'm intrigued. So let's unpack that in our final segment.
Okay.
We'll explore how you can set yourself up for success in this brave new world of skills-based hiring.
Awesome.
Even if you're just starting out,
Yeah.
Don't go anywhere.
It's good.
So we've talked about how skills-based hiring is really about evaluating what people can do.
Right.
But how does that, actually work in practice?
Yeah.
The article mentioned a few specific ways that companies are assessing skills. And I'm kind of curious to dig into those a little bit more.
Sure. One method that's gaining a lot of traction is skills assessments.
Okay.
These can take many forms, depending on the role and industry.
Okay.
For example, a software developer might face a coding challenge.
Right.
Where they have to build a small application or solve a specific problem.
So instead of just saying, I can code in Python, you actually have to, code in Python.
Exactly. Prove it. And for other roles, like, say, project management or marketing, the assessments might involve, simulations or case studies.
Okay.
The idea is to create a realistic scenario that allows candidates to, demonstrate their skills in action.
It's like a test drive for the job.
Exactly.
And you get to see how they actually perform, under pressure.
Yeah, how they approach real-world challenges.
That's really smart.
And this approach can be beneficial for both sides,
Yeah.
Employers get a much clearer picture of a candidate's abilities. And candidates get a chance to showcase their skills in a way that a resume might not capture.
Yeah, it's a lot more revealing than just looking at a list of bullet points, that's for sure.
For sure.
The article also mentioned portfolio reviews.
Yes.
Which I guess makes sense for creative fields, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. And feels like, design, writing, photography, even marketing. Your portfolio is essentially your resume, but with visuals.
Oh, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah, it's like a curated collection of your best work.
Right.
That demonstrates your skills and experience.
It's like showing up to the interview and being like,
yeah,
here's a highlight reel of my best plays.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like that.
And for employers, it's a great way to see tangible evidence of a candidate's abilities.
Instead of just reading about it.
Exactly. Instead of just reading about someone's design skills on a resume.
Right. You
can actually see the websites they've designed, the logos they've created, the marketing campaigns they've executed.
It takes the guesswork out.
Yeah.
You can see the results firsthand.
Exactly. See the results.
But what about skills that are harder to showcase in a portfolio?
Yeah.
Like communication or teamwork?
Well, that's where references and recommendations come in.
Okay.
While a portfolio might show technical skills. A strong reference can speak volumes about candidates' soft skills, their work ethic.
So it's like getting a little behind-the-scenes look at how they work with others.
You get insights into their reliability, problem-solving skills, their ability to collaborate effectively.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So this whole shift towards skills-based hiring is definitely shaking things up.
It is, for sure.
But it makes me wonder, what does this mean for someone who's just starting out?
That's a great question. How do you,
It's almost like a catch-22, right?
Yeah.
You need experience to get a job.
Right.
But you need a job to get experience.
So where do you even begin?
Yeah.
How do you break into this new world of work?
Right.
If you don't have, a ton of that traditional work experience to point to?
Well, the good news is that there are more ways than ever
to
showcase your skills and build credibility.
Even without, that long list of job titles on your resume.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Let's unpack that in our final segment.
Okay.
We'll explore how you can set yourself up for success in this brave new world of skills-based hiring.
Awesome.
Even if you're just starting out, don't go anywhere. All right, so we're back and ready to tackle the big question.
Okay.
How do you thrive in this skills-based job market when you're, like, just starting out? It's like you need experience to get the job, then you need a job to get experience.
It's a catch-22.
It is. But so where do you even, like, begin?
Well, there are ways to break free from that cycle, you know?
Okay.
Remember, it's all about showcasing your skills.
Right.
And demonstrating your ability to deliver results.
Okay.
Even without, a traditional job title.
So let's get practical.
Yeah.
What are some, like, tangible steps someone can take to build up their credibility and stand out in this new world of work?
One of the most effective strategies is building a portfolio.
Okay.
Now, this doesn't have to be limited to, paid work experience.
Okay.
Think about, personal projects, volunteer work, freelance gigs, even contributions to, open source projects.
So it's about creating your own opportunities, kind of to learn and grow and produce something tangible that, demonstrates your skills.
Exactly. Let's say you're interested in web development, right?
Okay.
You could build your own website, create a simple web application.
Right.
Or contribute to, an open source project on GitHub.
Okay.
These are all real world experiences that you can showcase.
So it's like you're building your own resume, but with, actual projects.
Right, with accomplishments to back it up.
Yeah, and it shows initiative too, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It demonstrates a willingness to learn, a passion for your field, the ability to take ownership of your own development. These are all qualities that are, highly sought after in today's job market.
Okay, so portfolio, check. What else can you do to kind of stand out, especially when you're just starting out?
Networking is crucial. Attending industry events, joining online communities, reaching out to people you admire for, informational interviews.
Okay.
These are all ways to connect with people in your field, learn from their experiences.
It's not just what you know.
Yeah.
It's who you know, right?
There's definitely some truth to that.
Yeah.
Networking can open doors that you might not even know exist.
Right. Yeah.
And even if it doesn't lead to, a job right away, it's an invaluable way to build relationships, gain insights into the industry.
Well, I can see that.
And learn about different career paths.
We talked about, online learning platforms earlier.
Yeah.
Are those just for, gaining new skills?
Yeah.
Or can they also help with building credibility?
They can actually do both.
Oh.
Many platforms offer, certifications or badges that you can earn upon completing a course or program. These can be valuable additions to your resume or your LinkedIn profile.
So it's another layer of validation to your skill set.
It shows that you're committed to learning and staying up to date.
Right.
And remember, in a skills-based world, learning is a continuous process.
Okay.
The most successful people are those who embrace lifelong learning.
So true.
Constantly seeking out new knowledge and pushing themselves to grow.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
So to sum it all up, what's the key takeaway for our listeners, especially those who are just starting out and might be feeling a bit, overwhelmed by this whole shift to skills-based hiring?
I would say focus on your strengths.
Okay.
Be relentless in developing your skills.
Yeah.
And don't be afraid to showcase your abilities in creative ways.
Oh.
Remember, a traditional job title is just one way to demonstrate your value.
That's a great point.
There are countless other paths to success.
Yeah, it's about taking ownership of your own career journey.
Absolutely.
And focusing on building a skill set that makes you stand out regardless of your formal education.
Exactly.
Well, thanks for taking this deep dive with us.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure.
We hope you've gained some valuable insights into this changing world of work.
Absolutely.
And how you can, navigate it successfully.
For sure.
Yeah. And
remember, this is just the beginning.
Right.
We encourage you to keep exploring, research industries that spark your curiosity. Think about what skills you'll need to master to make a real impact in the future.
That's great advice.
Yeah.
Until next time, keep learning.
Yes.
Keep growing.
Keep diving deep.
And we'll catch you on the next deep dive.